All right, so ESPN releases a statement. Their vice president of sports betting and fantasy, and Mike Morrison. A shocking development here, Matthew. It appears that ESPN has recognized that people are more likely to watch games on ESPN if they bet on them. This is a shocking
How about
development.
that? Yeah, it's what's shocking is that it's taken to this point for this to come out. Yeah, so it came out on the Disney earnings call that yeah, Disney is this company that for so long has been against gambling. They don't want it competing in Florida with their theme parks. They're this family company, and they had said that Disney has no interest in getting into sports betting when PASPA first fell and before that. And now we're hearing that sports fans under 30 absolutely require betting as part of an overall portfolio of what ESPN offers, Bob Chapek said. So ESPN and Disney, they're changing their tune. They say that they will have something to announce in the future in terms of a partnership. Who knows what that's going to look like? Last year, the Wall Street Journal said that any sportsbook that wanted to do a deal with ESPN might have to spend like $3 billion to get the rights. And there are not that many sports books out there that have that kind of cash floating around, and they'll tell you New York is the reason why. But yeah, Mike Morrison then told us that obviously people watch games that they have bets on. That it seemed like we knew that, but now it's established that ESPN knows that as well. So it's going to be interesting to see who might pair with ESPN and how they might do it. One of their activist shareholders recently suggested spinning off ESPN for a combination with another sports book and likened it to how eBay spun off PayPal, but then continued to use PayPal as a payment processor. That is an option, of course. I mean, publicly traded companies, it's always fun to see what they're going to do. I don't know that is necessarily what's going to happen. You look at some of the other brands that have done this out there, though, and it hasn't been a terrific uptick. We talked about the Score, which was more well-known in Canada, and now they no longer have a sports book in the U.S. It's only in Ontario. Fox Bet has this deal with Fox, obviously, but they're owned by the same company as FanDuel, so they get overshadowed a little bit. Obviously, the money tends to go more toward the very, very successful FanDuel than the very, very niche at this point, Fox Bet. There's the SI Sportsbook out there, but Sports Illustrated just isn't the same brand anymore. And ESPN certainly is much different than what it was 20 years ago. Put on ESPN now, and it's full of TikToks and social media this, and there's no Stuart Scott and great catchphrases anymore. But it's impossible to deny that ESPN is just in the zeitgeist of sports. And so anybody that would partner with ESPN certainly has a great partner there. And ESPN, who knows what they can do with the customer information they would get from that, how many more subscriptions it may lead to for ESPN Plus and everything else that they have to do. But we're going to be watching ESPN and Disney closely. Something's coming, and it's going to be really interesting to see who antes up to be part of it.